Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello, I'm Stewart Lee. This is Stewart Lee's comedy vehicle, Let's Off-Road.
So here we are at the Mildmay Club. It's an old working man's club, which is great, and we're using it again. It was used in the pilot, but we've sort of changed the lighting and the feel of it, but still retaining the decor. And these are all sort of fake lights that will be at the top of the wide shot. And part of Stewart being in here is sort of to get a sort of feeling and feel comfortable when he's standing, instead of doing it in a studio. But using the tables and getting people close to the stage so that he can really sort of interact with them. But I think it looks great. I think it's slightly retro, which is wonderful. It's got a really nice, ambitious feel to it. It's different, it's fresh. And I'm very excited. Last night was a tricky one because it was almost like a bit of a rehearsal. And we kind of ironed out those technical things, camera positions, and really excited about tonight, actually. I think Stewart's going to be on top form. Yeah, really pleased.
So, last week I was walking through Heathrow Airport and I saw an advert for one. I didn't see anything at all. I wasn't there, I saw nothing. I wasn't even there. I was walking through Heathrow Airport and I saw an advert for one of those evangelical groups they have now, and it said, "You won't get to heaven on a 737. I thought, no, I won't. But I will get to Reykjavik, where I understand there's a museum housing the world's largest collection of animal penises.
Here.
I went to Reykjavik on my 30th birthday and was aware that there was an Icelandic penis museum, but I didn't go to it. Richard Herring went to it subsequently when he wrote a book about penises. And then I had an old joke about a sign that says you won't get to heaven on the South Circular outside a church, and the punchline used to be, no, but I will get to whatever, Balham, where I live. And I thought it would be a good opening for the Religion Week. So I changed it. So I had, you won't get to heaven on the South Circular. I thought, no, but you will get to the Horniman Museum in South London, where you can see a whale's penis. So they booked this, and then they said there wasn't a whale's penis here. So could I not say it was the Horniman Museum? I thought there was a whale's penis in the Horniman Museum. So I changed it to the Icelandic Penis Museum with loads of penises. But I had to do that because I wasn't allowed to call it the Horniman Museum. And it's actually worked out much better, because it's much funny that it says, no, you won't get to heaven on a 737. No, but you can get to Reykjavik, where there is a penis museum. So it's actually, this joke is a result of not being able to use the place that I wanted to and then changing it. So it's come out really well.
That's why Kevin's in a
Icelandic uniform. He's looking like that's what Icelandic people look like.
Een splinter, sklor vliert sportfinskrier. Waar sneeuw vreeslier, len glateertum. Men dirty winter porta penis dirty whale. Which is very good funny.
The Village People are a nomadic group of multicoloured homosexuals who say they just want to have a good time and hang out with all the boys. But the residents of Ferrety St Margaret are not sympathetic.
We're shooting this sketch where the village people come like travellers to a village. Didn't really know if it would work until I saw it all realised here. They've done it really well. The supporting artists that are playing the village people are great, because they sort of look like them, but as if they've been on the road 30 years. And I thought I'd have to write loads of stuff to explain why the village people would be in caravans in a village, but they just look so right and they've been dressed so well that you just think, well, they must have kind of gone mad and gone on the road. It works really well. And this location, which is just outside Watford, is just so perfect. I've written a lot of things in this series about the idea of what sort of England thinks, and this is just it's just like you couldn't design a better place to kind of sum up an idea of Middle England. It's absolutely idyllic.
This is the village people encampment that the art department have done. This is Jack Burke. Jack Burke, he's been part of creating this. And his dad was Robert Burke, who was a designer of the Monty Python series. What do you think of that? Here we have some special brew, some alcohol, and some gay porn. A heady mix. Very nice bit of 70s sound issuing. No, I don't know what the village people would eat. I don't know. I don't know. Beans, grits, or some fancy bouillabaisse. I don't know. An actual PA system here, and a male blow-up doll. Though why they'd need that with their numbers, I don't know. But maybe just to have someone with no emotional attachments, so they can have a better kind of just get off sex type thing. And just all hanging up nicely, caravan. You know, it's beautiful. I think that if the village people did have a camp in a village, it would look very much like this. There's suggestions of soft drug abuse there, with a little bit of taking hits from the bong, and drum in for rhythms. And there you go. This is where they would stay.
Today's the day of the shoot everyone's been looking forward to the most. This is the apple sketch, where Paul's got to destroy the whole set.
They'll be at the counter. That's right. And Paul's going to go, and from here, Gail Brand's going to come with her trombone. Wah, wah, wah.
When I wrote it, I thought there should be a little trombone noise at the end, like in an old 70s comedy sketch. Wah, wah, wah. And I thought, I'll ask Gail Brand, the jazz trombonist, if she'd do it, and then keep playing through the thing. So I'm really hoping that works, because she's a great improvising.
And then Paul goes on this rampage, which starts with these apples being thrust, pushing the table out, seeing the apples here, throwing them. Meanwhile, Kev's going to be pelting apples from the counter. Gail's going to be playing, mimicking his breakdown.
I hope it looks like a genuine mistake. That would be the idea. This set, it's possible for him to pull that down. That backdrop, so I'm hoping Paul will go for that.
We're going to break that fourth wall, and it's going to be chaos. So it's going to be in two sections. We're going to shoot everything up to that point with 3 cameras, different shot sizes, and then we'll try and get everything in one shot from the main camera, which is going to have sugar glass on so that he can smash the lens. Which will be a lot of fun. So I'm really looking forward to it. Out of all the stuff we're doing, or we've done in the last 3 weeks, this is the one that I think is wonderful, and I've been really looking forward to it. It felt great in rehearsal, and it's a really good sketch.
A bag! Might I have my apples in a bag, please? A paper bag?
A paper bag, sir?
A paper bag! Like one of those over there!
You can't expect me to know if I've got any paper bags, sir. I'm afraid you'll have to call the National Paper Bag Office, sir.
just shot the Apple sketch with the add-on improvised chaos at the end. It went very well. Although it's quite difficult trying to get people to let go, because obviously in telly there's so many considerations about health and safety and worrying about camera coverage, so we did have to just go for it in the end. There was a big stage curtain at the end, at the back, that Paul was supposed to tear down, which was kind of pre-rigged to fall, but it actually has ripped up, which could be an expensive piece of damage. But it's good that I'm quite pleased that something did actually get broken, in a way. But I did a fantastic job on it, and it's quite hard to turn on a performance like that in a TV studio where there's not a real audience and nothing to work off. So it's great, and I mean, it would run at 5 minutes 40 seconds, the whole sketch now, of which just over 2 minutes is the crazy coda. But I really hope we can fit it into the show at full length, because there's something really delightful about even about 1 minute and 15 seconds in, where it kind of flagged and Paul wandered around rather sort of aimlessly as if looking for something else to do. I really like that. Anyway, it's great. I'm really glad everyone pulled it off. This is a tank for a sketch based on one line I used to do in stand-up about Channel 4 being like sewage flowing into your house. So we've decided to realise that by having a house in which sewage flows out of the television when it is tuned into Channel 4. There's a lot of vomiting and things on television now, like there's some in Beehive last night, and there's a lot in Little Britain. So if you're going to have like waste product flying over someone, you need to top that. So we're told this will be a 20-second splurge of enormous volume, and we're all very excited about how it's going to work.
We will need some odds and sods that they're just tidying up as if they've just cleaned it. So there's no real mess or gunk, just a few bits and pieces.
Yeah, like a black bin liner.
As if they've just tidied it up.
Maybe a tampon hanging out.
It's important that no one presses the button at the moment that releases the massive tank of poo onto the head of Tim Kirkwood, the director. Apparently, the sewage will be coming out at approximately 40 litres per second into Paul and Catherine. I don't know how many litres there are, but there will be 40 litres a second.
I think on 3.
The second bit of it is how E4 works. So Channel 4 is like sewage coming into your home, unbidden, whereas E4 is like you've constructed a sluice to let the sewage in. Obviously you can only do it once, so I'm really hoping that Paul and Catherine can keep a straight face throughout as they battle against all the gunge. It's probably a result of a misspent childhood watching Tiswas, this slicker, the Phantom Flanflinger writ large.
And what was in the...
In the mix? Well, primarily it's obviously water with a colouring. Dye, actually. And we did actually put some toilet roll in there, but I don't think you saw that. I think they kind of got lost in the mix, as it were. And then the one down the chute was thickened a bit, so it had that sort of thick, oily character to it.
You had sewage in your mouth.
He's pissed off. I didn't enjoy that.
I did rescue one book from this was The Mottled Lizard by Elspeth Huxley, which I've always quite wanted to read. This is 50p from Book Exchange in Notting Hill, and it was there. And the thought of it being covered in sewage really upset me, so I've taken it off set. But there are 2 of David Baddiel's novels there, which can stay.
License fee pays money.
What are you doing, weirdo?
It looked quite odd.
Yeah, this is
in the making of.
This is Paul in downtime. There is actually no scene with Hitler. This is just Paul between scenes.
I don't know about you, I think it's a tinsy bit off.
Yeah. Kevin Eldon's doing Stalin over there. Great cut there, lovely.
Cut, well done. Well done, Paul.
Dankeschön.
Well done, Paul. Thank you very much. That's a wrap on Mr. Putner. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much for the last 3 weeks. That is a wrap on Stewart Lee's comedy vehicle. Well done. Cut. Cut. Right, guys, very sorry. Just one more, please. One more.
You must reload. Reload on the camera.